All right, do me a favor and state your name for the people who don't know.
My name is Ed.
That's what they call you?
Yep.
All right, where you from, Ed?
I'm from Atlanta.
Are you really from Atlanta, bro?
Bro, my birth certificate says Kimberly Courts, bro. I moved to Atlanta.
Your birth certificate did not say Kimberly Court.
It definitely does.
So what hospital was you born at?
The hospital I was born at is closed now.
Grady?
No, I wasn't born in Grady.
Oh, I was just trying to see what you were going to say.
Put my mama on the phone. But I didn't come to Cobb County till I was 11, 12 years old.
All right. So the name of this page is Stay Out of Prison. Have you ever been to prison?
Hell yeah.
When? Do me a favor. Stay away from strong profanity like the F word and the R word.
All right.
I know it's going to be difficult for you, but...
All right.
You've been to prison?
Yeah.
For what?
Robbery.
You went to prison for robbery.
Original charges was armed robbery, possession of a sawed-off shotgun, and contribute to the delinquency of a minor.
That's a lot of stuff. How much time did you end up doing?
3 years off of 5.
Describe your time. Hold on. What year did you go into prison?
I believe I went to prison in the end of 2014 or the middle of 2015.
So
I know I was in
Ago.
Jackson. Yeah, I know I was in Jackson on my birthday, on my 20th birthday.
Let me ask you this: what was your perception about prison prior to you even getting in trouble?
Honestly, bro, I was just like, my dad being in prison. I always thought I was gonna go to prison since I was young, cause my dad been in prison.
So you had in your mind, I'm confused. You had in your mind that you was gonna go to prison? Or?
I used to say I wanted to be just like my dad and go to prison.
Okay.
Like when I was 8. Like I ain't say that when I was 13. I'm clean.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like when I was little and I couldn't have my way. I used to tell my mom that crap.
Okay. So your dad was in prison?
Yeah.
Did you ever go visit him while he was in prison?
I think I visited him like maybe a handful of times.
What do you remember about those times?
Snack machines. Tables, talking, playing cards.
How old were you the first time you seen your dad in prison?
The first time I seen him, I was in DFAS custody. I was about 7 to 8. He was talking to my caseworker. You know, they had something going on, so she met up with him while he was on his detail when I got to see him.
Okay. How would you describe y'all relationship prior to him going to prison?
When no relationship. He left when I was 2.
Oh, he left when he was 2.
Yeah.
Okay. What were his charges, if you don't mind me asking?
Armed robbery.
So you kind of fell in his footsteps.
Yeah, I wasn't no drug dealer, bro. I'm going ahead and get that up off you. I ain't gonna cap.
Why? Is there a bad stigma on being a drug dealer?
I would say, in my eyes, no. But at the end of the day, I don't have the patience and I don't have the talk to do all that. I'd rather just wait for you sell your stuff and then come get it up off you. Yeah.
Okay. And so you were sentenced in 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
You were sentenced to how many
10
years?
10 through 5.
10 through 5. And the first prison, where did you do diagnostic at?
Jackson.
Can you describe your walk through Jackson?
Oh, yeah. White boy got stabbed up in the neck in the chow hall. Like, it was like some prison stuff. It was chicken on the bone day. And the dude got stabbed. The GDs and the Bloods, they got into this big war. They ended up stabbing the white boy up.
Well, did the white boy belong to one of the organizations?
Yeah, the white boy was a GD.
And they stabbed him up because he didn't want to give up his chicken?
No, they stabbed him up because they had a gang war. Something had happened in the hall, in the dorm.
Mm-hmm.
And it got around to my dorm that the GDs and Bloods was going at it. So when Chow Hall hit, that's where everybody do their thing at.
So when you got the chain gang, it was already gangland.
Yeah, it was already gangland.
So how does that work for a civilian? Let's say a civilian comes into Jackson. How does a civilian survive in chain gang?
I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but I think nowadays it is hard because even Muslims are considered gangs. So you may call yourself a civilian, but from what I seen, don't nobody really walk by themselves unless they like 50, 60 years old. An old man going to prison, they may be okay.
But a young dude,
he either gonna pick up that Quran and learn how to lead the prayer, or he gonna gangbang.
Simple as that.
As simple as that.
But what if he just decide it got to be somebody not choosing a side?
I mean, if he don't choose a side, that make him food for the other gangs.
Simple as that.
Yeah, you think you finna get a cell phone? You finna get some cigarettes up in there? You not finna get him nothing?
Yeah. So you gotta belong. So how does that? Because I would assume that if I have an entity or a gang of people, then I want to get my numbers up. Would that allude to people who not really about their life?
It can, because that means you're not doing a process. If there's 30 people to get put down, right, and then you put 30 of them people in the gang, how many of those people was official? Did you go and you check their paperwork? Did you go and check to see if they got any sex crimes or charges? You just putting these people down
to get your numbers up.
Yeah.
But
out of 30 of them people that you recruited, probably one of them gonna be the realest. And after he see what they doing, he probably ain't even gonna want to rock with you no more, or he probably switch on you.
But if you just need to get your numbers up, then is that
I feel like numbers is more of an intimidation fact. This is how I always looked at it. The Navy SEALs, they operate to 6 to a 12-man unit.
Mm-hmm.
If you operate the same way and all y'all train, what they gonna do? A regular army you'll go through.
Yeah.
That's my mentality of it.
Okay. So you in Jackson, the white guy gets stabbed for whatever reason, cause it's wartime.
Yeah.
What does it look like when, people get the stabbing?
Man, it was like a movie, bro. That man, the blood squirted everywhere. Someone hit my chicken, and then the old lady, it was an old CO. She tried to stop it, and this damn dude, he was about 6'7", 6'8", and he had a life sentence. He flatlined that lady.
For what?
Just cause it went from a gang war to any officers trying to get involved, they end up beating them up too. Like, it was bad. That when I realized that this ain't for me. Like, these niggas in here tougher than me. That when I realized that I wasn't just all muscle. I had some brains too, cause I knew I didn't want to go through all that.
So what you saying is it was like, it's almost like a battlefield in a war that you really don't want to fight.
Yeah.
And so what was the aftermath after, the guy got stuck up?
They came in with the pepper spray, sprayed the whole thing, couldn't nobody eat their food. And that happened. It was like, as soon as I sat down, it wasn't even 30 seconds when that happened. So I really went, it was dinner time too, and I really went to sleep hungry because I ain't get no commissary and none of that.
Chicken.
And there was blood on my chicken.
So I'm confused because in Jackson, everybody is in diagnostic. How you already got beef with somebody in diagnostic?
Everybody click up. When you already go there, gang affiliated, So what happened was that beef, it didn't start on our unit. It just got to our unit.
Yeah. That's where it cultivated it.
Yeah. And them niggas just took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, cause I was in Jackson at some point in time, bro. But Jackson was dying. Not it was the place where you was at, and they was gonna determine if you went to high security or low security. So people was kind of like trying to walk a certain kind of line. Of course, you still had fights or whatnot.
But you gotta realize when you in the gang and one of your homies got a life sentence, he don't care. And I can't blame him. If I got a life sentence, bro, I don't care.
So let's say you're around the crew, and it's 10 of y'all, and some of y'all got life sentences and ain't never coming home. But you got 2 or 3. This dude got 5 years left. This dude got a 10-piece. He done did 7, so he got 3 left.
You wanna know the crazy part?
What?
Sometimes the dudes that got the 5 years, they be worse than the niggas that got the life sentence.
Why?
I don't know, bro. It's just this generation. I seen a dude. He was part of the Bloods, and he was my roommate. He was a Blood, and he was my roommate. And he was telling me how he had came in there with a 10-1, and he ended up having to max out and do the whole 10 on a 10-1. Like they wouldn't parole him out. They re-sentenced him and everything because he wasn't doing nothing but trying to get his rank up, stabbing everything to come his way. And I ain't want to be in the cell with him, but at the end of the day, bro, like, this ain't what you think it is. I ain't looking for it. You touch my stuff, it's gonna be a problem. Like, my family gave me this, like, commissary. I ain't stealing, I ain't gambling, I ain't doing none of that. So if you touch my food, we got a problem. I told him who I was and what was going on. He ended up being cool.
So is this the gangster mentality? Is this what it's built on? Cause it seems like, and I'm just an outsider, and when I ask too many questions or my questions get too deep, just say next question, cause I don't want no misunderstanding with you or nobody else. So I try to pick up on just the logic of any group of people, whether it be racist people, whether it be sexist people, whether it be people, any group of people that are gathered. I try to figure out, what they. I talked to a guy who was clearly racist, and I understood that he grew up on his people's land. They was racist, and the people before that, they was racist. And I was like, okay, so you're right. Let me keep my distance from you, because that's just how you was brought up. But if you can, in your own words, can you describe the mentality of somebody who is gang, or somebody that's a real G, or somebody that's a real street nigga, or a real nigga? I don't know what the terminology is. I'm a grandfather now. So what's the makeup? What's the genetic makeup of somebody that's certified?
Really, I don't think it is no more, because everybody put their twist on it. So with the gang stuff, people may follow one rule, and they may follow not follow another one because they doing something that they ain't supposed to be doing, or they just don't want to do it. Like, for example, this is what a lot of people don't know. The original rules to gangs, I can't speak on the Bloods, but the original rules from the Crips was they weren't supposed to do hard drugs.
Like cocaine and
all
that.
But
hold on, and I'm just a civilian. I was just watching Colors the other day.
Yeah, all of them was on there. But what can you say? How can you tell somebody they can't follow, they can't do hard drugs when Tookie Williams was on Sherman Bad?
That's what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? It goes back to how we be talking off camera. How you gonna tell me to do something and you can't follow what you doing? So really, the young niggas ain't doing nothing, but they putting their own spin on it. They taking what they like about it, And what they don't like about it, they getting it up. And when the old niggas say something, why you ain't doing the same thing? And that's it.
Okay, so what are some things that are just shunned upon that you can't be affiliated with this entity if it's something that you do?
Well, the first two is is homosexuality. Like that shit ain't supposed to be in games, period. Like ain't no going to go get your boy.
Before you, cause you just said the S word, I'm gonna ask you to not curse so I can get paid off of this. Okay. Now I don't have to go through and edit it.
My bad.
So if you can just,
I got you. Like
pretend you're talking to children.
Like homosexual in the gang world. That's brought up that is not supposed to happen.
I know gang members that's in chain gang right now that'll take something.
Yeah, but guess what? Ain't no righteous people behind them, because the righteous person that's in that dorm, they're not supposed to be claiming this. They're really supposed to be dead right now.
What you mean?
So you got two choices. You can either stop claiming this because you're gay now, or I could put these people on you, and or I could do it myself. Like
but
nobody
no true backbone to.
And that's the problem. Like, okay, so nowadays you got snitches that'll kill you.
Yeah.
How you gonna deal with it? The hybrids is different. Like what y'all used to go through back in the days, we got it 10 times worse.
Yeah.
I gotta kill this person because he gay, he's supposed to be in the game. It's cameras around every block now. What do I do in this situation? I still want to keep it G. I still want to keep it solid. But at the same time, I don't think I want to be doing the life sentence because of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to act like I don't even see him. It ain't because I'm scared. It's because trouble. And on top of that, right now, bro, I'm 29 years old with no kids. My mom only have one kid. If I go to jail or I die, she had me for no reason. She's not going to have no grandkids, no none of that. So why am I finna do something to this dude because he gay?
So my old girl said she was having morning sickness. You think you gonna?
Oh, bro, that's my roommate. That ain't me. That ain't me at all. Like, I ain't even went through that. I'm like you. I'm not sticking my dick where my money's supposed to be now.
Right.
Like I'm not shitting where I'm sleeping no more.
Quit cussing, bro.
Dang.
Oh my God. All right. So where with the tactics and the strategy that today's gangs have, where they going? What's the end game?
I think the FBI got what they wanted, because this what they were doing. Like they're what they wanted. They crippled this so bad. I don't think that it's possible to get all the gangs back on track. I feel like it's impossible. There's Bloods and Crips in China now. There are Bloods and Crips. You go on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
There's Bloods and Crips in Belize. They killing each other bad in Belize.
I was just watching.
This is Central America we talking about.
I was just watching, because I be going down these rabbit holes, the banging in Little Rock.
Yeah.
But them folks was for real.
Yeah, but you gotta realize, the Williams family brought gang banging to
Little
Rock.
And everywhere else.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say everywhere else. Other gang members did, but I'm saying okay, so Oklahoma, those states always beneficial. Like Oklahoma always beneficial. That's like
where's
a second
Oklahoma
home
on the map? California's right here. Where's Oklahoma at? Or do you know?
Oklahoma is right by Tennessee, ain't it? Because we've been there when
we
had
have
to
been
do
to
it.
Oklahoma. Okay, so it's like
that's still kind of south, ain't it? Yeah,
mid.
That's like a second home of California people.
For real?
Yeah, like them folks bang hard.
So you got.
They always was official from what I've heard. I know official people that stay in LA that say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to see the homies." Like these,
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah. They
official.
respect. So, but okay. So then my question would be like, with the rules or commandments, or the the technical aspect of it, the backbone of it is right now it's interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
So it being interchangeable,
it's really a free for all. Some people gonna
let me finish my question, man. So, but then also, okay, so with the structure not being there,
mm-hmm.
with Rico running wild and they just pop, and with so many cameras around to document things, so many snitches, and when I say snitches, I don't just mean people. I mean your cell phone. I mean the Ring camera. I'm talking about the freeway camera. Just so many different ways to get caught up with breaking the law. What is the benefit of being affiliated and keeping it real?
It ain't to keep it 100, but also you gotta realize. See, I can speak on Atlanta. Atlanta is a trendy. This what Atlanta is. I ain't gonna say all of us because I'm not like that, but Atlanta is more of a trend. You see, the difference between Atlanta gangbanging and California gangbanging. California gangbanging is more like a religion. This is a way of life. Atlanta is more like a trendy. This is what's going on. Yeah. Like, long as it's trending, you gonna do it. Like, it's just something to do. It's like an after school program. Yeah. So with that being said, me personally, I don't think it should have never came down here.
Cause in California,
And then out of all the states, this is a fun fact. And I know there's gonna be a lot of criticism when I say this, but when it comes down to like the states that was already officials, Atlanta is, if not the last, most of the last. Like, a lot of these games got officialized in 2013. A lot of people is just walking around here claiming and false flagging, just screaming gang, gang, but they wasn't.
So then, okay, so now my question shifts to some people. I actually interacted with certain gang members like back in the 90s. And when I say interacted, I got chased by some GDs because I had on some Jordans. They had on some triple fat goose jackets, and that's just what they was known for, taking your shoes and beating you up real bad. So at the time, I was a runner. I was a track star. You're not gonna catch me. So, but I know there's a particular population of people that their first viewing of a gang member was Lil Wayne. And check me out. So then I say
that's really right.
So you got some people that the first time they lay eyes on a gang member was when they seen Lil Wayne or Chris Brown or Jim Jones or Soulja Boy. And there's no disrespect to no kind of gang. But what I'm saying is this is what, and then when I hear some of what I consider or my understanding of like the real gang members talk about these gang members, it's like a lot of people got into a gang because they seen fake gang members. And you see an entertainer get into the game, but then now you done met somebody that's real, and now you got to abide by these real rules. And it just seemed like it's a short way to hell or to jail. It's just like it's like a shortcut to.
I got a cousin, his name Brandon. His favorite rapper is Lil Wayne. He skateboard, he got the piercing and everything. And he said, I asked him why he become a blood. He said, I became a blood because Lil Wayne is my favorite rapper. This man is my age. So you ain't saying nothing wrong.
What advice?
But he really out here doing it though.
Yeah, in real life.
In real life.
But Lil Wayne ain't out here doing it though.
That's the difference. That's what I don't get. That's what I told him. Like, the only reason why I joined the game, bro, it was more of, you gotta realize, bro, my mother is gay. The only men around me, the only men that was around my mama at the time, they wore dresses. So in my head, they can't tell me how to be no man. You know what I'm saying? There's no disrespect to my mom or anything like that. The people was out on the streets. Them the people that was helping me. Like, my best friend he the person that he used to see me in the neighborhood. He used to give me $20, $25, $30 to go grab some pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I was a fat dude. He ain't care about that. Like, he always used to tell me, like, boy, he always used to give me good advice and stuff like that. And then one day I just walked up and told him I want to be with y'all. And he asked me, he said, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm sure. And that's how that happened. But at the end of the day, that me being in the game was basically for like guidance, because I ain't had that guidance growing up. And the person that I was in the game, the person that was over me was over 8, 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that was over him was old enough to be my dad. You know what I'm saying? He in California. So at the end of the day, that's how that went for me. I felt like if I didn't me personally, bro, I felt like if I didn't join the game and I didn't have that male guidance that the game provided for me, I think I'd be walking around here with a dress on or something, bro, just to keep it 100. Cause that's what was around me in my household.
Okay, let me ask you this. So, if you could give advice to somebody who is your age when you join, what would be your advice?
Don't join. The times are different. Don't join.
But games everywhere right now.
I understand, but at the end of the day, the games are supposed to be for the street people.
Right.
You can't get your gun rights. You become a felon. You can't vote. You can't go on the passport.
Rico.
The Ricos. What's the point of doing this? Cause guess what?
What?
You can't go to You can't go to Thailand and get them get them Thailand women that you want. You can't go over there. Like it's so much as a black man we missing out on. It's places that when we walk in a room, they ain't never seen no black. They want to see, do we really got it? Is it big or is it small? We missing out on this for trying to be tough. Next year I get off of probation. I'm going straight out of I'm going straight out of country.
So how long do you stay in diagnostic?
Bro, I stayed in diagnostic maybe 3 weeks. 3-4 weeks.
And then where you go? Let me ask you, because you seen that act of violence. You understood the dynamics of it. Did you experience or witness any other violence while you were in diagnostic?
It was another gang war, but it wasn't that bad. This one was bad. So they already had, so when that one happened, like 2 weeks, they put all them dudes in a hole or did something with them. They split them up. Some more people came. But these people, some more gang members came. They were more smarter, but you could tell they really weren't about their life, because they weren't trying to catch no charges.
Yeah,
so they just had a fist fight. It was just an all-on fist fight.
That was gonna be my next question, dude. Yeah. Is anybody thumping anymore, or is it just stick city?
Sticks. You gotta realize, bro. All them dudes, they coming off of drugs. They don't know how to fight. They coming off of nothing but drugs. Good lean, good popping pills. Ain't never fought a day in their life. They muscles, they veins just now getting used to not having that in their system. And to be honest, bro, it's still in the prisons. So with that being said, if I'm on this, what make you think I'm finna fight your big tall butt? Like, just keeping it 100.
Yeah.
It ain't no difference on the streets, bro. I'm too old to deal with this young buck, but I'm finna put it on him.
Yeah.
I ain't finna play. It's the same thing up in there.
That's a scary thought. So, my next question, I don't even know if you can answer it, because I just remember when I was, mind you, I'm in jail in the mid-90s, which seemed like a long, long time ago. But the police was everywhere on everything. Like, bro, if your shoe ain't tied, if you ain't walking, if your mustache come below your, boy, they was on you. I'm talking about on you, snatching you up.
But how can the prison guards be on you now when they bringing it in, when they selling pussy and they doing all this?
They with the shenanigans.
They went to shenanigans, man. This no cap. When I was in Lee State, I was trying to talk to this officer. She told me to get some head is $9.50. To get some pussy, she need $2,000. This was going on.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
See, it's different area, bro. The whole time I did a decade, bro, I never saw a cell phone.
That's what I'm saying. I was calling my dad on the cell phone. I was geeking on the cell phone, but see, I was smart with it. I paid somebody to get on there every day for an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every day at 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, I got the phone. That's what it is. I was on the contract. I ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't buy a phone. I could have bought a phone, but bro, I don't like to hear my daddy lecturing and all that.
Yeah,
I definitely ain't
right,
man.
speak against that.
Yeah.
So after you leave Jackson, what prison you go to?
So they made a mistake and they put me, and I went to Telfair, but I got on the phone and I was still,
Why you say it was a mistake?
Cause I think my security was like a medium.
Yeah.
And I got on the phone.
And Telfair is a what security?
It's a high, it's a maximum, but I wasn't supposed to be there, like, period. Or my name, it was 2 different Woods, cause you know I went there on the alias. So yeah, so I went to prison as Brandon Cortez Woods.
I ain't gonna even ask you where you got that name from, or you just pulled it out of thin air.
So my homeboy testified against me when I was in
That's why when I put this up, I'm gonna be like, this is an interview with Brandon Cortez.
Yeah, Cortez Woods. So my homeboy, his name was Brandon Woods, and me and my mama girlfriend got into it. She had said something, and I ain't never liked it, so I smacked her, and he broke it up, and I remember him getting on the stand, and I ain't gonna say he said that he didn't see the smack, but he heard it. Yeah. But I still felt like that was telling me, because you was still there. Like, you shouldn't have said nothing. And when I got arrested for my robbery charge, I just told my name was Brandon Woods. And then they asked for my middle name. I gave my real middle name. And that's how I got Brandon Cortez Woods.
So the whole time you was locked up, they never knew your real name?
No, they knew my real name afterwards, but the judge was like, this is what he said his name was, so this is what we gonna make it as.
Brandon. So you at Telfair. Telfair is a high security, and
I was there for I ain't gonna cap. The transportation is Tuesday to Thursday. Mm-hmm. Whatever my lawyer called, whatever my lawyer said to them, they got me up out of there Thursday, bro. I ain't gonna cap. I was there for 2 days.
So let me ask you this. When you going there, your affiliation is pretty strong.
Yeah, it is, bro. But at the same time, they was beefing.
Like, it's a war going on.
Yeah, it's a whole war going on.
I got a couple of homies that got stabbed up at Telfair.
That's what I'm saying. Then, when I got there, I told them who I was and stuff like that. That ratio was bad. So the ratio there was 150 Bloods and 30 Crips on the compound.
Oh, man.
But all the Crips was in different dorms, so it may be...
They weren't even gathered together.
They wouldn't even gather together. So imagine being just imagine being a Crip and being in the dorm with 11, the 12, or the 20 Bloods.
You lunch meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lunch meat. So you got up out of there and...
I went to Long State Prison. And Long State Prison
I've never heard of Long State Prison.
I'm finna tell you why you ain't never heard of it. So if you was a police officer and you get in trouble, they got their own camp.
For real?
Man, one of the mayors was in there.
Bro, I
lawyers,
never heard
they got
of Long State
It's
Prison.
in Lewinsky, Georgia.
I know what Lewinsky, Georgia is.
Yeah, they got their own
So how
camp.
you got there? So they must...
But they made a mistake again. Like, when I talked to Superintendent Sykes, he was like, so because he interviewed everybody. So when I went in there to get my detail, he was like, so what part of law enforcement agency you in? I was like, I ain't in no law enforcement agency. He was like, you was never a law enforcement officer? And I was like, nah, what you talking about? And he was like, well, what your daddy was? I said, my dad did 16 years in prison. He probably know your name. And he was like, okay. He asked my dad name. I gave my dad name. And he was like, he pulled my dad up. He was like, yep, he definitely wasn't, he said he definitely was a law enforcement officer.
Yeah.
Then he asked my mom name. I was like, here's my mom name. And he was like, so how did you get here? I said, I don't know. And he looked at me. He said, you're not supposed to be here. Then from there, I went to Lee State Prison.
So how did you get there, though? How did do you have any affiliation or somebody like one of your foster parents?
One of my foster parents was, he was a lieutenant in Cobb County Jail, but they didn't know that.
They didn't know that.
They didn't know that.
So they just made a. So this is hold on. Because now I can change the whole title.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is it's a secret camp. It's a secret prison in the state of Georgia that they send all the white people to.
No, it wasn't all white people. Anybody that had a badge. They got their own special camp.
How would you describe life at, how long was you there?
Bro, I was there for about 2 weeks.
How would you describe life there as opposed to?
I was ready to go, bro. Them folks walking around 250 pounds of muscle. I'ma tell on you, grabbing agreements and everything. It wasn't no cigarettes there. It wasn't no cell phones there. They had the best food ever. Niggas eating shrimp and steak.
Was it safe?
It was safe, but it wasn't my cup of tea. I couldn't talk to nobody, bro.
So let me ask you, would you have rather stayed at Telfair or the Sweet Camp?
No, I would have. They sent me to Lee State afterwards. I was cool with Lee State.
No, that ain't what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, if you had two choices, you either gonna go to Telfair or you gonna go Long. What you say?
Long State Prison.
Long State Prison.
Why would I choose Telfair? Why would I choose that? And then
bro, I was to look that up. That's called Longhorn State Prison.
Long State Prison.
Long State. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Longhorn.
Yeah, you keep saying Longhorn.
That's crazy, bro. I never heard of it in my life. Nobody ever talks about that. Let me see. Long State Prison. Long State Prison. Yeah, it is. It's a Lowkey, Georgia. That's Loan Unit Department provides general labor and courtesy details to surrounding counties.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. He was trying to put and the type of person I was, I ain't doing no I went no detail, no work, no none of that. I don't work for free. And at that time, it was a rule. If you was under the age of 21, they had to offer you some type of service to get your GED. They couldn't just make you go outside and work. So I used to use that. It was a federal law. I used to use it. They tried to put me in the kitchen. Nope, you can't do that.
Okay, so when you got to what state? I mean, what prison? When you
Lee
left
State.
Lee State.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's in Lee County.
Okay.
That's right by Albany.
So how would you describe the culture? What security was this?
That was medium.
Okay.
It was straight. I ain't see no knives, no none of that there. And I was still hyped. I was still ready for like whatever, because I had just seen all that. Like I'm.
Yeah, you done went to the third. You done went from the West End to Buckhead.
Yeah.
Now you don't like the little, not the suburbs, but
I would say I went from the west side, from the west side to Buckhead, from Buckhead to like Marietta. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Cause Marietta, it could be cool or it could be weird. It just depends on.
It just depends.
What was what the numbers look like on affiliation at Lee?
The numbers was way better, but I was the only of my kind, and they put me in the old man dorm because they felt like I was too turned up. So what they do with the the people that
Try to
they
calm you
feel
down.
that they'll put you in the old man dorm, and that's how I became an old man.
So that worked for you?
Yeah, it worked for me because like it was this they put this young dude down there. His name was Lowkey, and he thought we was just gonna do some gang stuff, bro. We not finna terrorize no whole bunch of old men, bro. We not doing that.
Yeah.
So he get in the fight and it don't work. He ain't lose, but he ain't get it how he want to.
Yeah.
And he was like, bro, you should have jumped in. I'm like, bro, if you couldn't handle that, bro, you don't need to be picking fights, bro.
Yeah.
And he was like, I ain't lose. I said, nah, you ain't lose, but you didn't handle yourself.
No yeah.
And he was like, everybody say you can fight and this and this and that, but only 2-3 people in the camp seen you fight. I said, bro, that ain't for everybody's eyes, bro. I said, if you want to find out, bro, you're a homie. You can get you a fade if you want to, but just because you're a homie don't mean I'm going to fight a certain type of way because you're a homie. I'm going to do exactly what I do to the next person.
Yeah.
And I said, you got to realize it ain't nobody else to pull me up off you. So if that's what you want to do, we going to do that.
Give it to you. You know that. Did you get any right? How long did you stay at Lee State?
About 14, 15 months.
You stayed there 14, 15 months. You paroled out from there?
Mm-hmm.
How many infractions did you get?
Bro, I got in one fight. It was a dude that I was hanging around whole day. He was GD. His name was Diego. And he just kept messing with me. You know how you be talking slick? He was like a young version of you, as a matter of fact. Just wake up.
Bro, that's
and just
crazy that you
shit,
trying to
bro.
put that label on me.
Yeah, bro, just a young nigga version of you. He'll just wake up and talk shit to you the whole day. So I've been dealing with this for a minute. So I just woke up, I washed my face. I say, today if he try me, I'm going off in this shit. Yeah, today is the day. But I've been dealing with this for about 2 or 3 months by now.
Yeah.
So my roommate was telling, he would go up there and tell who was in the gang and stuff like that. He was supposed to be mob, but he was, man, his name was Gotti. This nigga he was a different type of, like, that old nigga was something different.
Yeah.
And what's his name? The gang enforcement officer Chewy, he had came down there and they was talking about the gang that I'm supposed to be a part of, and they was like, the gang that you claiming was made in Cobb County. I was like, what? I was like, who claim? I said, bro, let me explain something to you, bro. My roots ain't from Cobb. Y'all stay in Cobb and all this, bro. But who finna claim a gang that was raised that is from Cobb County? That don't even sound right.
Yeah.
I said, that's like you starting a gang and you grew up in Buckhead and you want people to join this gang and it was derived from Buckhead.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna claim that it's not cool.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, Chewy is he's a gang officer. He's the head of the gang officer. He know what he talking about. And I was like, bro, if you think that this was a ride from Cobb County, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So me and Gotti, we going back and forth about this. Diego don't come and said something slick. And I just look at him. I was like, why you keep talking to me? You think this shit sweet, don't you? And he was like, I'm just telling you, bro, you over here, you flexing and this and that. And meanwhile, your gang, the gang that you claiming is from Cobb County. I said, you know what? Fuck it. The gang that I'm claiming.
Profanity.
My bad. I said, you know what? The gang that I'm claiming, yeah, it's from Cobb County. Come show me what this Cobb County, come beat this Cobb County nigga up then.
Yeah.
And I went in there and I beat him up bad. Now I ain't beat him up bad, but I beat him up. He had little titties on his head.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to my locker box and we made a pocket. I made a pocket with him afterwards.
Yeah.
I had to show. I told him after we get done in the room, after we got done and we talked, I said, bro, I said, you was my partner before, you gonna be my partner again. And plus, bro, we gotta show these old niggas how to do it, cause these old niggas petty. Like they petty with a capital P on the end. So go get some stuff from your locker box. I'm finna go get some stuff from my locker box, and that's over with, bro.
Okay, so while you were at this facility, did you take any trades?
Nope.
Did you get your GED?
I couldn't. I was on the alias.
So the alias already had his GED?
Nope. If I would have got my GED, I would have had to re-get my GED again.
So I'm saying you could have got it though.
I could have got it.
It just would have been in somebody else's name.
Yeah. My comprehension skills was on 11th grade level. My math was on the 9th grade level at that time. I had everything to do it, but I just didn't want to do it. I just went to class to get out the dorm.
So did you learn anything while you was there?
I learned how to be more, like I learned how to plan stuff. That's when I learned how to be, what's the word? Premeditated. I learned how to be more premeditated there. I learned more patience. I learned how to preparate stuff. Like that's where I learned. Like before, when I was a little kid, yeah, I used to wake up and say, today is not the day. But I got more to the point to where if I got a problem with somebody on this date, I'm gonna check him if he keep doing what he doing. Like, yeah, it wasn't no, I'm just gonna wake up and today's not the day.
So did you learn anything that will help you stay out of trouble? Like, was there any form of rehabilitation that took place? Or you just went there and you like...
I ain't gonna say it with no real rehabilitation, bro, because I only went to prison one time. So it's gotta be some type of rehabilitation. Even though I caught charges afterwards, all I know is I wasn't going back.
So you came home when? How old were you when you came home?
I came home at like 21, 22.
That's over 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been home for 10 years with no wait. You came home and have you been arrested since then?
Yeah. But I stayed out of trouble for 4 or 5 years before I got arrested. When
you came home, what was your lifestyle like though? What was you into?
Really just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do.
How old were you?
22.
So you 22, you went back to mama house?
Yeah, but I ain't stayed there that long. I went to mama house, tried staying there with my dad, and then I was just staying with women.
Big girls.
Them the only ones gonna take care of you like that. You ain't finna catch no 10 that's finna let you stay in the house without working or paying nothing, bro. This is just what's going on. What's going on, bro.
So do you get a job when you come home?
Yeah, I got a job, but at the end of the day, I don't know nothing about having your own spot, paying a little.
What was you working at?
I was working at FedEx. No, I was working at Kroger. I had got a job right after I got out of jail. So when I paroled out, the same lawyer that did my case, I paroled out to her house.
How?
And I was having sex with her.
This big girl.
This big girl. Kung Fu Panda. That's what my first name was. Yeah.
So the lawyer, was she a public defender?
No. My dad paid for that lawyer.
How?
So I ain't gonna cap. Me and my dad, we get into it, but that's kind of I think that's the dopest thing he did. He paid for the lawyer.
Why, he was locked up?
No, he had got out by that time, and he had got his CDLs.
Oh, okay.
But so when I was going in, he was coming out. But about that time, it already had been 2 years since that case, so he already had got his CDL. So
he hit the ground running.
Yeah, he hit the ground running.
So then he paid for you to have a real lawyer, and you end up smashing the lawyer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think she got divorced because of me.
When was the last time you talked to her?
Well, I ain't talked to her in a minute. She called every now and then.
So you parole out, you get a job, but hold on, you living with your lawyer.
I'm living with
what part of
town? Brookhaven.
Yeah, that's a decent part of town.
it looked like a decent
Some parts of
but
Brookhaven.
she didn't have like you when you think of a lawyer, she didn't have no money, bro. At that time, I called her at the beginning of it. Yeah, she was taking care of her African husband.
What was her race?
She was white.
So you got an overweight white woman, and she already got an African at the house, and then she didn't move you in.
Yeah, that nigga got kicked out. I ain't gonna cap. As soon as I put that tongue on her, it was over with. She asked for a divorce and everything.
That's crazy, bro. So you living with your attorney, and you get a job at Kroger.
Yeah.
What Kroger?
The one in Druid Hills.
North Druid Hills.
Yeah.
Doing what?
The deli department.
So you was cutting up the meat.
Yeah.
And how long did that work?
About 2 weeks because I was finna slap. But I went and got me a job though. Before I quit, I went and got me a job. But it was about 2 weeks. It was the light-skinned lady. Her name was Miss Maria. I'd never forget her. She called me slow. And it took everything in my... it took everything.
Hold on. In Miss Maria defense, sometimes you do act slow, folks. I know that you're not slow because I know you and I've been knowing you for a long time.
But everybody acts slow at some
sometimes you have slow moments though.
I can agree with that, but sometimes you have slow moments.
I have them all the time.
Everybody have that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm suffering from a little PTSD, man.
So
I've been through a lot.
But she called you. Okay, so it been times where I didn't ask you if you were slow. Well, I knew you were smart before I realized you were slow, so that kind of helped. So,
but you think I ain't want to slap the shit out you when he asked me that?
Yeah, then you had already established your intelligence and your demeanor, and we had somewhat of a relationship. So when I said, I'm gonna say it like you didn't show me that you smart. So now you, I'm like, what's going on with this?
But I couldn't see. That's really what it was. My glasses. So when you used to say certain stuff, I used to be looking at you, and then...
Where your glasses at? You got no contacts?
No.
Where your glasses at?
They coming. I'm still waiting.
Bro, how long you been without glasses?
This time? Bro, the last time I had glasses is when I was
working with you. That was years ago, bro.
I know.
Bro, you blind, bro, like in real life.
I mean, that's what they make 35 and 50 clips for.
See how you been saying smart stuff this whole time, and then here we go. Then you go say something slow. So how you pissed this lady? What happened with Miss? What's her name?
So I came in. She asked me to do something. I did it, or I thought I did it right. So she asked me to cut the. She asked me to go cut the meat. I cut the meat, and she asked me to stock. The person that trained me on how to stock, he wasn't doing it right. He would just tell me to put everything up. I didn't know that you take the stuff and stock it from the back. The new stuff that you already stocked. I didn't know that. So her assistant manager.
Go ahead.
Her assistant manager had me doing it the wrong way, and she asked me. She was like, "You got any mental issues? You must be kind of
She off the motherfucker."
And I looked at her, and I told her, I said, "Ma'am, with all due respect, if I didn't just get out of prison last week, I'd slap the shit out you."
I'm saying it's an old black lady.
Don't look at me like that because she said what she said. Every action, you gotta realize, I don't be wanting to go there with y'all old folks. But y'all gonna get what y'all asking for, bro.
Yeah, sometimes I just try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and sometimes people don't be understanding that I got a little sense. So You got a little sense too, but you also got that old man temper, and I think that's why I had to realize, cause when I really just got to chill with you, and I can tell that you done changed too. I got to chill with you. I'm like, man, anger management, my butt. You know what I'm saying? This man got a terrible temper to me. This is who the society. This who society giving a gun to, but I can't get one. Like, this man got a temper on him. But then when I realized your temper only shows when it don't matter. Right. When it matter, you'll find a way to do it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to get through it. So when I realized that, and then when you start going to therapy, I'm like, okay, I see he mean the best. But it's been times where I just wanted to just round my house kick you just to show it, man.
Beat you up in the back of the truck.
I'm gonna tell you why you wouldn't have beat me up in the back of that truck. And this
I know you're a kung fu master. No,
this just being honest. You would have had a better chance if we got out that truck. I'm the short.
That's what you think.
Look. Yo, reach. Look. Just listen to me. Yo, in like a open spot. I ain't gonna cap. I think you gonna get it. I ain't gonna think you gonna get it, but I think you have a better chance in a closed spot like that with somebody that's 5'11" and 245 pounds at that time, cause I was big.
You was kind of fat.
Yeah.
Too. You ain't out here smoking it.
No, I don't smoke. I ain't never did nothing in my life.
I'm just saying you looking kind of slim. You getting a lot of exercise?
Yeah, carnivore diet, bro. Yeah, try it.
For real?
Yes.
Carnivore diet. That's a real thing?
That's a real thing where you eat nothing but meat, eggs. You eat meat, eggs, and yeah, I add some avocado, but you're not supposed to. You take away the carbs and you just do high protein.
You just ate 2 chili dogs.
Yeah, that's because I ain't had nothing. But at the end of the day, when you 165 pounds, you can cheat every
How
now
much
and
did you
then.
weigh when we was out of town?
245 pounds, bro.
You was eating good, bro.
And I was going to the gym and working with you every day. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I would have cut you.
But I ain't gonna cap. So this is the real honest truth. And I told my dad this. I said the only reason why I didn't do that to him because I was scared that he would go shoot me. I said, man, this man got 2 double 45s like he James Bond. Dad.
For real, I would have tried to avoid it. But you got this thing. Now I know how to. I just wouldn't deal with you.
Yeah.
But at the time, you was just like, all right, I'll let you go. Because you be talking like you be letting people slide.
Yeah.
That's how you generally talk to people. Now I just avoid people under a certain age bracket. I don't even. Because I found myself the other day, I ended up bumping heads with somebody, and then I was talking all this junk. And I was talking at 47, I was saying stuff that I used to say when I was 29.
See, and another reason too is like,
let me finish my thought.
Oh, my bad.
So what I'm saying is, I said to myself, I was like, bro, you think you can still do all that? I don't think you almost peed on yourself the other day. Well, nobody watching, but I'm just being honest, like, bro, you be getting up off the floor, you be like, I said, bro, you can't do all that stuff. I said, man, you should shut your mouth, man. You should be, you should be. So now what I do, bro, I understand who I am, where I am. I keep my gray hair on, and I just stay. Because some of y'all got that look in y'all eyes like, y'all don't care nothing about a person being old, a person being black. You care nothing about that. And then in my mind, I'm like, if this is an older black lady, she said this, tell her, you understanding that you got some degree of intelligence, can you have shown her at a later time that you had good sense? Or you just...
I had to show her what she was dealing with. After that, so I didn't quit right then and there. I still worked there, and I went. It was this my coworker. Her name is Amber. She was like, why don't you fill out a request? She said, why don't you fill out an application to go to FedEx? And that's how I got on at FedEx. And when I got that job,
you was at Kroger, and somebody at Kroger told you to fill out an application for FedEx.
Because that was her second job. That's how I got on.
So how long did you stay at FedEx?
For about 2 years.
For real? Doing what?
A package handler. I was a seasonal manager. Yep.
So you did pretty good at FedEx.
Yep.
And why'd you leave there?
Bro, I got into it with this trans. It was a female that was becoming a male. She already had 2 kids.
Okay. And
we got into an argument
about,
I forget about what, but I just know she was like, you think that you tough, you know what I'm saying? You think that you tough and all that. My son just got out on appeal for doing for killing 2 people in upstate New York. He would eat you with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then I looked at her. I was like, why you going to go get the man?
Did you look at her or did you look at him?
Oh, I'm sorry. I looked at him. You got to be respectful nowadays. But I told I told him. I'm just gonna say her because she acted like what she originally
what
was.
Did she identify as?
She identified as a dude.
Okay.
But so she said, I'm gonna go. I mean, he said he's gonna go get his son that done did. That they got appeal for 2 murders that he actually did. So I said, what are you going to go get a man for if you already the man? Why can't you handle it yourself? And that got me fired.
And where you start working at?
I went back to Tip Top.
Tip Top?
Yeah.
What's Tip Top?
It's a chicken plant.
Yeah. Tip Top. What was your detail at Tip Top?
Detail. You
not detail.
I'm
sorry about that. Because I'm just saying, Tip Top, bro, is where a lot of people go.
It's really like a job. It's really like a prison that you get paid to work in. That's really what it is.
That's what they used to tell us. If you're trying to help somebody who coming home, send them to Filet Chick, Tip Top, or any chicken plant.
Ifco,
or Ifco. They'll hire you at these places. What did you do at Tip Top?
I did live dog. I killed live chickens.
How you get the job at Tip Top?
So when I was out on bond, I got an OR bond on my armed robbery charge. So I went. That's when I cleaned up. I was like, you know what? Bump this. I'm finna go get a job. And I went up there and I told them I'm out on bond. I pressed the button. I said I'm out on bond. I'm looking for a job. She said. She buzzed back in. You're hired. Come on in.
Just like that's what they're looking for.
That was.
They know you gonna show up for work.
I showed up every day. Yep. I was at that time. That's when I had just met you. I was out on bond. I was making $7.45 plus $150.
I think we might have sent you to Tip Top.
Nah, you dropped me off at Tip Top.
For real?
Yeah. When me and my dad did that interview and y'all tried to put me up in there with Uncle Tom.
Yeah. Uncle Tom.
Yeah, that therapist.
Oh, yeah.
The great light-skinned curly head.
Yeah, you disrespected the therapist.
Nah, he had to go, bro.
Yeah, you disrespected the therapist. Okay, so you about to come off of paper. You on parole now, probation right now?
Yeah, I'm on probation. I'm getting ready to come off of papers. I just gotta go the only thing I gotta do is take my math part of my GED and pass, and I have my GED.
So when you gonna go do that?
I gotta study first, but I plan on doing it within the next month or so. In 2026 in February, I'll be off of probation if I do that.
What's the plan after you get your GED?
I ain't gonna cap. After I get my GED, I really don't plan on doing nothing with my GED. I'm just doing this so I can get off of probation and get this chain off my neck, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
So you want to further your education if you could?
And pay what?
That's your phone, bro, because my phone was on mute, so I wouldn't disturb the interview. That's your new baby mama.
No, that's my home.
Okay. So I'm saying you hadn't discovered the importance of education?
I'm not saying that education is not important. But what I'm saying is I want to be a millionaire. Okay? I don't want to be no psychologist, no doctor, no psychologist. I can't do none of that. I'm a felon.
But could you possibly utilize some things that you learned in school to put it to work so you can get the millions? I'll give you an example. I too am a felon, but I realized in the state of Georgia that years ago you qualified for the Hope Scholarship. So I ended up going to Atlanta Tech. I got a full schedule. I didn't know when you had a full load, they give you a financial aid check. They gave me a financial aid check. That's how I bought my first 2 ice cream trucks. And my first 2 moonwalks. Down in the basement right now, I've been doing moonwalks for 16 years. And I'm not a millionaire, but what I'm saying is that had it not been for Atlanta Tech and some after GED or after high school education, I don't know if I would be where I'm at in life. College or additional education.
I disagree on that.
Okay. Why? I like to hear why you say that.
So let's just say that we both 18 years old, right?
Okay.
You go to college for 4 years. You gotta pay. You got your student
loans,
your student loans and all that. I get promoted at, let's just say, at a Checkers as the general manager. I'm making $50,000 to $60,000 a year. You're not making this, and remember, whatever you going to school, I don't know what you want to go to school for. Let's just say you going to school to become a doctor. Within those 4 years, you're gonna become in more debt. I done made $60,000 and all this. When you get done, let's just say, when you get done and you go, when you get done with school after your 7 to 10 years, I have the chance to. I'm still gonna make more than you, and I'm gonna tell you how, because you still gonna have to pay all that debt back. Yeah. So with that being said, as black men, why not find a way to leverage our social media or get a business like driving trucks or something to leverage that and put our monies in a high yield savings account, instead of giving this money and putting ourselves in debt, because that's not the way to do it no more.
Let me ask you this. Now, I'll say this. I don't know if it's a question or a statement. Do you think that college would give you a broader aspect of how the world actually works?
I think so, but I think I'm too old for college now. 29 years old.
I'll tell you another secret. I went to Chang'an when I was 19 years old. Guess how old I was when I came home?
When?
29 years old. I was 29 years old, and I had not graduated high school, and I went to college. I went to college, bro. I really went to college for an associate's in marketing. And the plan was to graduate from Atlanta Tech and to transfer over to Morehouse, because I always wanted to go to Morehouse. But my investments while I was in college, because when you go to college and you have a full load, they give you a financial aid check. I did not know this. So when they gave me a financial aid check, that's all I needed. I used my financial aid check to promote and print my first book, to buy my first 2 ice cream trucks, and to buy my first 2 moonwalks. And I literally I'm living off my moonwalks now. Now, I didn't go as far as I wanted to in reference to my education on that level. I never stopped learning, because as my perception changed, I've been looking at this neighborhood for years and years. But when I add some education or some understanding to it, I started to see that it's totally different. So then when I go buy my 10 acres of land, I see all this. I can get half my neighborhood onto my land. But I understand that I got to still learn some more. So I'm not saying that your idea is bad. I'm saying that the more you learn, the more you understand about the world, bro, the easier it is to maneuver through it. And I encourage anybody that is planning to have any type of future anywhere to educate themselves by one means or another, because I heard you mention social media. What's your social media page?
I don't got one right now, but I plan on doing it.
When? You got a phone? You got an iPhone?
Bro, I was actually finna ask you to help me do this when I get
It's not hard at all. Do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, I do.
You got a TikTok?
Yeah, but I don't use it.
Okay, so you playing around. So the thing is, you can have the knowledge to complete some tasks, but you ain't even, the stuff that a high schooler could do with or without education, you ain't even doing it. Ain't you like a Kung Fu master or something?
Yeah, but I don't want to teach people martial arts.
Why not?
Because it's one of them things, like, I'll teach a man, but I don't want to teach a female.
Why?
Okay, so 70% of a lot of stuff that I know how to do, a lot of that come from my strength. I'm naturally strong. If you
Mhm.
look at my dad, you can look at him and tell he's strong as an ox. My
Mhm.
mama's strong as an ox. Certain stuff that I do,
Mhm.
and I realize I'm a male, that I can do. Certain stuff the female can do, certain techniques, they wouldn't be able to do that unless it's on another female.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I don't want to give them false confidence thinking that they can beat up a whole male, and that's not how science works.
Let me ask you one more question, and then I'm gonna move to my second question, and we're gonna roll up out of here. Have you ever taught a female how to fight?
I taught a female a couple things, but I ain't never
But not
just
like
trained.
full in go.
Yeah,
Do you think that there's a woman out here that can beat a man?
I think the best UFC fighter can't beat a man on the streets.
Can or can't?
Can't.
Can't? Okay, so this interview is not me trying to alter your perception of the world, but
My
I know some female.
17-year-old brother would beat any female you thinking he's never been in a fight. The only thing he has is wrestling on his belt. When Braylon locks up on you, it's over
I
with.
seen you talking about your brother.
Yeah, my
I
brother.
seen your brother.
Ain't
He got
never
some
been in
size.
no-
He the size of a grown man, and he been playing structured sports, organized sports for years.
Talking about somebody that's 5'11" and 245
So
pounds.
your logic is that no woman can beat a man physically.
Physically, no.
You sound alternate, is what I'm gonna say. Okay, so now you've been home. You're how old are you now?
I'm 29.
You have any children?
No, don't put that on me.
I'm saying, bro, it may give you a different aspect.
I ain't going on child support, bro. I've been thinking about getting me a vasectomy.
You know, just because you have children, that don't mean that you have to go on child support.
And my community, in the black community, that's what's going on, bro. I'm just keeping it 100.
Let me tell you, I don't know where you think I come from, but I have 2 children.
How
and
many
a
times
grandson.
you been on child
I
support?
ain't never been on child support.
But she threatening with you. You said put me on child support because she thought she was gonna get the back end. It's not like she ain't never threatened. When she find out that she wasn't gonna get that, she stopped doing it.
I don't even know if she.
Was
I don't know what
it.
her logic was.
Yeah.
But what I'm telling you is that since then I've had another child, and I ain't never been on child support, bro. I do right by my children.
Bro, you the only black man that I know that ain't
Man,
been
no
on
way
child
possible.
support,
There's
bro.
no way possible. It's a bunch of people I know.
That I know. I'm not speaking on that I know that I talk to. I got another person. He just as a good father as you, bro. He's on child support.
So your fear of having children is you think you're gonna be put on child support.
Yeah, but I may have a way to get over that. So there's a way to get over
taking
child
care
support.
of your children?
No, there's a way to. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of my child. But this is what y'all do. I've been looking at this up. This is what y'all do. If y'all don't want to go on child support, right now y'all go create a discretionary trust, and y'all put all y'all stuff in the trust, and y'all pay yourself at least anywhere from, if y'all make $100,000, y'all pay yourself anywhere from $80,000 to $90,000. That's the only thing they can take, that whatever you pay yourself in that personal account. Look it up in Georgia. Georgia cannot take no money from your discretionary trust.
I am going to encourage you to read, if not read, then listen to some type of something that's enlightening. Like, what do you have headphones?
Yeah.
What you listen to today?
Daddy Yankee.
Before Daddy Yankee, what'd you listen to?
Lefty Gunplay.
Before that?
Mr. Capone.
When's the last time you listened to a book?
I ain't never listened to no book. My pop's been saying the same thing.
I ain't gonna subscribe it, but matter of fact, you about to be on my caseload for anger management. I think that I'm gonna make that. Matter of fact, I think I'll give you 10 classes, and for each class, it'll be a book. In fact, if you listen to this, Ed about to have 10 classes of anger management. And every class is gonna be a book that Ed need to listen to. I'm not gonna try to make him sit down and read, but he has to listen to it, and he gotta come on here and talk about that book. I need for y'all to leave a book in the comment that could alter Ed's perception on life in general. Leave the book name in the comment. Leave a link to it. We don't have a whole lot of money to go pay for no book. Just something he can listen to. And
You sound like the other anger management 10 classes. Bro, that's it.
I think that's appropriate. I think that it'll help you. And then I like to see your mindset. It'll help you shift your paradigm. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to end this interview with, okay, so when was the last time you've been in prison?
2017.
2017. And you're on paper now. Mm-hmm. And you actively staying out of jail. So what advice, if any, would you give to somebody who may have grown up in a similar
environment? Stay away from gang. It's that simple. Stay away from gang and stay away from these toxic females. You want to know what an old school dude told me?
What's that?
He said, you'll be better off paying for it. So if y'all got the money, y'all do that versus dealing with these toxic females.
You definitely need anger management, but you got a good head on your shoulders, so we're going to work on that. So I'm signing off. This is Butler. The word for today is stay out of prison. Like, share, subscribe.